And our top story tonight, ask any parent about the price of daycare and you are likely to get an earful. Tonight, in a follow-up to a dramatic Contact 5 investigation, Katie Legrone discovers some parents getting government help to pay for childcare and also cheating the system. Katie?
Kelly, 20,000 families in Palm Beach County alone get help to offset the pricey cost of daycare. It's a public program designed to help low-income parents go to work. But we've discovered some are using your tax dollars and their kids to cash in on some big bucks.
Single mom Angelica Castro has reason to smile.
Wow. And this?
After a year and a half of waiting, Castro can finally afford to send her 3.5-year-old daughter to daycare.
She is happy because she's going for the school.
The Castros are among an estimated 20,000 Palm Beach County families getting daycare help from the government. At least 4,500 more are still waiting.
The need is dramatic.
But Warren Eldridge, executive director of the Early Learning Coalition of Palm Beach County, which oversees the county's daycare subsidy program, fears some parents claiming to need the help are only using it to cash in.
And the last thing that we want is somebody who would cheat the system to be able to benefit.
Last year, 16 Palm Beach County parents were forced to pay back nearly $70,000 in stolen money. In one recent case, a mother of 3 admitted she'd lied about her true salary, submitting a dozen bogus employment letters so she can rake in more than 40 grand in daycare cash. Another failed to mention she worked for the government when she used it to cash in on a cool 15 grand. Daycare fraud is a problem with no easy solutions.
At what point do you punish the child for the actions of the parent?
Parents found guilty of stealing public money often get a slap on the wrist and can still get future funding. The Early Learning Coalition is now looking at ways to toughen up the consequences.
If somebody had gone through the system and paid restitution, they would be the last priority served.
Suspected cases of daycare fraud eventually make their way to state investigators, but with limited resources there, only a few ever get results.
Do you suspect that this is a crime that's worse than you really have the manpower to work?
It's difficult to say.
It's a crime tough to crack, but even tougher to stop from having a far greater impact.
If there's one family that is trying to receive services where they shouldn't receive services, I am concerned about that because that's one family out of the 4,500 that we could serve.
And just a few months ago, the Early Learning Coalition of Palm Beach County hired a full-time person whose sole responsibility now is to investigate cases of suspected daycare fraud. Katie Legrone, WPTV News Channel 5.